So just when the community thought that Raid is about to drop something big, maybe Mortal Kombat or another fresh collab, Plarium said, "Remember He-Man?" And suddenly half the player base went from hype to emotional damage in one announcement. The reaction of the community was basically an instant disappointment. A lot of players assumed that the repeated collab meant that any hope for Mortal Kombat crossovers is off the table, but that is not really confirmed yet, okay? But let's take a look at the reactions here. I mean, we have 513 poop faces. We have 372 thumbs down, and yeah, a lot of other stuff. Normally, the negative emojis under such announcements are not that high, okay, in terms of numbers. And it just keeps on going like that. We have 195 poop faces here, 160. If we take a look at the first collab that we had in 2024, in November, there was a lot less negative feedback. People were actually happy about this collab. But now players are feeling like this is recycled content and they are super disappointed. I can totally understand because they were anticipating another huge collab, something as big as the Ninja Turtles or the Assassin's Creed collab. But just because we get the Masters of the Universe a second time doesn't mean that all the other possibilities are out of the window. And then also I saw this Reddit post where this person said, looks like they're rerunning the He-Man stuff, and I guess that's Mortal Kombat out of the window. Now again, I don't think that is actually the case. I don't think it's out of the window at all. I think there's still a very high chance that we get a big collab, maybe in September, end of August, like last time. The Ninja Turtles collab was around August, if I remember correctly, or even September. So I would expect something at that time, right? Right after the summer break, basically. Then this person said, I've already got Skeletor and He-Man. Felt like a weird fever dream seeing them pop up on my screen again. RIP Mortal Kombat. So for those that have been playing during the first collab, this is not as exciting as for those that haven't. We still have the same Skeletor chase as back then, with the legendary champion Skeletor after 7 days and his 5-star soul, with the slight difference that he got a little rebalance. But the community sentiment about this rebalance is basically he went from unusable to slightly less unusable.
Why do I surround myself with fools?
And to be honest, if you would have showed me the rebalanced kit without telling me that a rebalance happened, I don't know if I would have been able to tell. Skeletor can increase the duration of 2 random debuffs on the target by 1 turn. This is quite helpful. If you are trying to keep debuffs on the Demon Lord, for example, or any other boss, this can be quite helpful. Also now, he's actually decreasing the duration of 2 random buffs. He has an A2 which can place decrease attack and decrease speed. Those debuffs were conditional previously only when you're facing bosses. Now he will place it anyway. Slightly better, but nothing crazy. Then on top of that, he has an increased accuracy buff and can also steal block debuffs and 2 other random buffs. So overall, a great champion to start out with, especially when you get a 5-star soul for him. A 5-star brimstone blessing will definitely boost your progression. For endgame players, he will still be a pick for specific teams, for trial teams to get the mythical mats. He is one of the champions that can place decreased resistance, and he does it on his passive, which is quite interesting. There are not a lot of champions that can place decreased resistance, but Skeletor is one of them, and he's for free. Now He-Man is again available from a champion pass, which costs $40 for the elite pass, and if you want to buy the levels as well and you cannot wait to get He-Man, you can buy the whole pass for $60 and you will get everything instantly. But here's the problem with He-Man in the current arena meta. He has no ability to get rid of total guard stacks, which is the dominating set right now. He was actually legit during the Stone Skin meta and was a decent champion at that time. But since then, Mercurial shifted the landscape completely. So He-Man didn't really get weaker, but the game around him changed. Don't get me wrong, he will still nuke, he can still deliver damage, but in the current arena meta, especially in the top end, he's just not relevant anymore. Here's a little fun fact. I actually bought He-Man the first time he got released during the first collab. I bought the Champion Pass, and shortly after, I pulled another He-Man from a prison pool. So maybe we'll get another prison pool in the next couple of weeks, where you will be able to get He-Man as well. And to be fair, at the end of 2024, he really helped me a lot. I even did a video on He-Man in PvP, and I was actually lacking champions that could pierce stone skin, but nowadays you are looking for more multi-hits on your champions to get rid of total guard stacks. Either way, getting the pass as an early game player can benefit you for faction wars, for example, or early mid-game arena. I can still see him being useful in some areas, but the further you progress and the longer you play this game, he will become less valuable. On a positive side note, it is a very cheap faction guardian that you can achieve if you have He-Man already, if you bought him the first time. In general, 40 bucks for a legendary champion of that caliber is not a bad deal inside of the raid universe. Buying shards is much more expensive, and also getting a second Skeletor might actually help a lot of people as well to complete faction guardians like myself. My Knights Revenant are not filled up yet, so I'll happily take another Skeletor, okay? He will be my 4th faction guardian, and then I just need another dupe. And it's kinda crazy to think about that I've been playing this game since 2019 and I still haven't filled out the Knights Revenant faction guardians. As well as some others, like for example Orcs and Lizardmen, or Ogrins. But at the same time, I could probably fill out Sacred Order twice, as well as Bannerlords. You can also take advantage of this Skeletor chase by delaying picking up Skeletor for the next Champ Chase tournament, for example. We have like over a month of time to collect Skeletor, so if you log into the game and this Skeletor chase window pops up, you can simply just press L, for example. Then the quests will open up here. You can just choose whatever, for example, the classic arena quests or whatever you want to do, and just click on the go button. It will take you to the specific tab, and then you can just, for example, do a dungeon run, and then the Skeletor chase will not pop up again, okay? That way you can delay collecting Skeletor until you actually get some value out of it. Anyway, what this really means is that, you know, past collabs might come back at some point, which is actually pretty cool. We had the Monster Hunter collab, the Asgard Divide event, the Alice Adventures, the Chaos Awakes campaign, the Ninja Turtles, Assassin's Creed. So there might be a chance that some of these collabs are returning to Raid, because some of them are actually pretty good, and a lot of new players that weren't playing around that time have no chance at all to get those champions, unless they bring them back, like He-Man and Skeletor. But yeah guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this reappearing He-Man collab? The Masters of the Universe, He-Man and Skeletor are back in Raid. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this video, YouTube's gonna think that you like this one as well. Take care and see you in the next one.